Hello everyone, welcome back to Oliver's Place. Piggy, the Roblox game, is very popular. The story is amazing. I already explained it 3 videos ago. It was so great that some players decided to make shows on YouTube retelling the story and events of the game. Some range from being good to bad, all trying their best to be really good. So today, I'm going to be ranking some of those Piggy shows. But before we get into it, I gotta address the norms. Number 1. I'm only counting the shows that retell the events from the game, so other shows like Piggy Tunes or Piggy Shorts won't count. Number 2. When I'm criticizing the shows, I'm not disrespecting the creators as people. They're all chill. Well, almost all of them. And number 3, these are my opinion, so don't go flame me in the comment section if there's something that I like or dislike you don't agree to. And my opinions are going to be very strong. This isn't a norm, but finally, how am I going to review the shows? I'm just going to give quick plot summaries on the whole thing the shows have, and point out the pros and cons about them. So without further ado, let's get started! Why did I do that accent? Coming in last place is Antflix. Antflix is a retelling of Book 1 and the first 3 chapters of Book 2 with very drastic changes created by Antflix. Now, back in 2021, when Piggy was at its peak, Antflix was created to be the masterpiece of Piggy shows, and it basically was back then. So, what is it now? Tree Swap. People still love it today, but most of the people who loved it back then don't like it now. What do I think of it? I hate it with a passion. It sucks. It sucks hard. I was originally going to do a review of each episode last year to see how good they actually were. The clip is up now.
I'm going to be reviewing the fan-made Piggy series called Antflix. The reasons why I'm reviewing this is that for one, I've never done a review video before, so I decided to do something different for once. And 2, there's so many things wrong with this series.
I never got around to doing it, but I think I know why now. This show has the most ridiculous and bizarre stuff to ever be in a Piggy show. Like, there are barely any pros. Like, I'm basically just going to point out all the stuff that ticks me off. Let's start with the pros, and we'll soon get to the many cons. The episode titles are good, they're kinda creative, but not as creative as the thumbnails. Dang, those look so good. The intros from episodes 6 to 14 are good, and William has the only good and separate voice in this series.
They did nothing wrong. They shouldn't be in there at all. That doesn't make things any better. I want them back now.
Yes, that's it. Now it's time to point out all the crap that makes me frustrated to no end. The voice acting sucks here. Every character is voiced by one person.
Wow, real scary, dweeb. Did I get ya? Did I get ya? Beat it, pork chop. I'm trying to sleep.
Now I'm not saying this doesn't work. Thomas had a narrator from seasons 1 to 12 doing all the voices.
Thomas was sorry to see the engines looking miserable. Cheer up, he puffed. It's a beautiful day. Yes, grumbled Gordon, but not for James. What's the matter? Asked Thomas. He's sick, replied Gordon. Yes, he is. I mean, I am, stuttered James. I don't feel well at all.
However, what's different here is that Antflix has no emotion or range of voices at all. He uses his normal voice for every single character. He cannot do a high or low-pitched voice, he can't do another accent. Heck, he can't even scream properly. For some reason, the word whoa in the subtitles is spelled W-O-A-W. What? Now, if this happened once, I'd give it a pass, but it happens all the time, and it bugs me to no end. Dino Piggy somehow exists. I don't know how. He just exists just so that Willow and Billy can chop their arms off to infect Foxy. Go back to the BC years, dude. Everyone is mean to Georgie for no reason at all in episode 1. He gets grounded for not cleaning his room, and gets a detention for laughing at Zuzi for getting the math question wrong. What? Those things aren't even that bad. What are the adults doing? Is Georgie a troublemaker? No, he isn't. There's a setup on Z not speaking that's never brought up again. There's also a setup with Bunny and Albert's potion thing that's never brought up again either. There are jokes inserted into scenes where we're supposed to take things seriously.
You'll be okay in here, Bunny. You will turn infected, but I will be back for you. That's a promise. Thank you, Ant. That really means a lot. Now, you go and find that Mr. P and give him a kick up the... Whoa! Can't be making that mistake again, can I?
I despise when that happens. I feel like Ant was introduced way too late into the series in episode 2. Actually, he doesn't even get introduced as a character at all. It acts like he's been there for the whole time. Every fight scene feels very anticlimactic. Well, maybe because the animation is kinda but also, does there really need to be a fight scene for every single chapter? Seriously? Tigery is a kid here! Somehow, this dude, Tigery, the one who's in his mid-20s, the one who fought Willow in camp, is a kid here. He obviously looks like an adult or late teenager in the official game. This just dials up the underdog trope up to 100. Other Piggy YouTubers join in to fight Mr. P in Chapter 12, those being Minitoon himself, Jake Glowbox, Devown, Creekcraft, and PGHL Films. However, the issue I have is that they feel so shoehorned into the story. There's no build-up at all. Plus, Creek acts so stupid in this, which makes the concept that was executed worse. Somehow, some infected can talk. How and why? It's well established that they can't talk! Urgh. The OC characters are absolutely useless and are just along for the ride. Mateo, Maximus, Raven, her dad, X, Albert, everyone doesn't do anything. Mr. Stitchy for some reason exists as an all-powerful being, but he doesn't do anything either. He's just here to make a couple of quick little cameos and that's that. So Raven's dad is making a cure, and he needs monkey blood for it. Why monkey blood? Explain why that specifically. Why not any other blood? It's so dumb. It's never explained to us. Do you know what else is dumb? Mateo being half infected and controlling it exists. How? Here's how it works when you get infected. Potion, scratch, or bite, you simply get infected. That's that. It's never explained to us how controlling it could happen. How does Mateo get infected, though? That's never explained either! The TSP plot is way too cruel, dark, tragic, and ridiculous. They treat TSP like it's a place of slavery. It's supposed to be a group surviving an infection. And plus, every single one of the TSP members are completely out of character. Especially Felix, he's a piece of crap. Do you know what selfish thing Kitty, Philip, and Felix do? They kill Billy, just so Pandy can be a co-leader. What? That's so cruel! Nobody in this entire series gets a character arc. No character gets one. Ant, Mateo, Pony, Tigery, nobody. Georgie does get the same one from the original story of Piggy, but it feels off because of the bizarre elements shoehorned in. Also, give me a body count for this series. 7 characters get killed off! I did mention Billy getting killed off for the 3's unselfish reasons, but Baron gets beaten to death by half-infected Mateo, Albert and Raven die, I don't remember how and I do not care. Giraffe gets killed by Raven's father. Why? Who's going to get Sean Book to Chapter 6 then? His ghost? And Vivi gets decapitated by Pandy. Literally, why? What's the point of getting the cure now? She's actually dead. There's nothing you can do about that. So the whole reason why the infection happened in the first place was just so Mrs. P and Tio could rule the world. Why? That is so bland. That is literally the most generic thing to be put in this type of show. No. This is the worst one. This is the one that made me rage quit. There is a character named X who is a shapeshifter from an alternate dimension. He doesn't do anything but to barely help Georgie along his journey! The alternate dimension stuff is the most bizarre thing to include in a Piggy show! Piggy is about a zombie apocalypse occurring because of a potato man trying to save his wife from a deadly disease! What was Antflix thinking when making this? I cannot take it anymore. I'm actually losing my sanity over a Piggy show. Frickin' Misty Island Rescue is better than this. There are so many things broken here, I don't think you can even fix it. It's so bad, I despise it with a passion. I can see why no one cares for it anymore. I don't even know what Antflix was thinking when writing this show. Also, he still can't get over it. Even though he discontinued the show, he puts up videos saying that the show is going to return. And those are just him reacting to the episodes. Stop clickbaiting us. We already know that it's dead. Just stop it. Do the world a favor and move on. That's it. I'm done. Moving on to the next show. Number 7 is Piggy Animated Life. Piggy Animated Life was created by Blazer Gamer. So far, there's only one episode out. Let's take a look at it. The episode starts off in the hospital with Mr. P's researchers talking about whether or not the cure will work. But then that's kind of forgotten about because Bunny leaves the room to check on Mrs. P with Mr. P in the room as well. But then just cuts to the next scene at the Piggy house at night. Georgie is watching the news, Mother and Father are talking about volunteering for Mr. P's cure, and Penny is watching them. After hearing them talking about volunteering for a minute or so, she goes to Georgie and talks to him about volunteering for the cure, but Georgie shoots it down. Then we cut to the station where we see Giorgio's MG clocking out, then coming back in the morning. What was the point of the night scene? So Giorgio's MG walks into the station and oh, okay, next scene. The Piggy family is outside. Georgie asks what the others are doing. They tell him that they're going to volunteer for the cure and then they just leave. That's it. I'm starting to sense panic. It cuts to the police officers having a meeting. Literally everyone but Doggy is a human. Doggy assigns the humans their jobs for the day, and okay, why does this keep happening? We cut to the hospital with the Piggy family volunteering for the cure. They're brought in back, take it, and go back home. Then we cut to the city with Giorgio saying hi to grandmother and... That's it? What was the point of that? We cut back to the Piggy residence when Penny, Mother, and Father get home. But soon, the 3 turn infected. Georgie finds the 3 infected 10 minutes later. Gangs of Bat on his back, runs away from them, breaks the laws of physics, and escapes the house. The end. Oh yeah, and Tio's in the post-credits scene. Okay, so... it's quite mid for me. Let's see the pros and cons. For the pros, the character designs look good. Nothing to really write home about, they just simply look good. The characters feel more in character than the previous show on this list, along with no bizarre elements. Mr. P's voice is great.
Thank you for coming. This will really help us out. Now, when you're ready, grab one of those potions.
And I absolutely love that there's tension in the tone before Penny takes the cure. I really like that. Now the cons. There's more than the pros, unfortunately. I don't like that every time a character is talking, the camera always follows their head movements. It looks a bit jarring. The animation is... okay? I don't know, there's just something off about it to me. The frame rate is terrible in this. Not like hit-era Thomas terrible, but still, it's bad. The same music is used again and again.
Piggy family, Mr. P will see you now.
Thank you for coming. This will really help us out.
The voice acting isn't all that good. I absolutely hate that Georgie sounds older than Penny.
What? You know they said it's unstable, right?
I don't know, Georgie. It might be a good thing for the community.
Random Piggy YouTubers are here again. Again, I don't really like the concept of other Piggy YouTubers in another person's show. I just don't think it works. I also don't like the concept of Tio being introduced in Chapter 1. Tio doesn't really get the main focus in Book 1, so I don't really get the point of him being introduced that early. Again, the city scene is absolutely pointless. It's just 2 people saying hi to each other. Like, come on now. The climax feels very anticlimactic. It's just Georgie running and a bunch of unrealistic stuff happening. Plus the mid-animation and the horrible frame rate just makes it worse. The laws of physics are broken in this scene. First of all, how is it possible for Georgie to jump a gap like that and make it to the other side? Second, Georgie jumps down in the most cartoony way possible and somehow lands perfectly on his feet without getting hurt. Dang it, if that's not bullcrap, I do not know what is. And what absolutely makes me angry and hate the most about this episode is that many things are copied from other shows. The intro style and song is copied from Antflix. The intro credits are copied from Piggy, the series, by Georgios MG. Almost the entire beginning scene in the Piggy house is also copied from Piggy the series. And the worst, Richard from Piggy Series Life by Nathan_Hickman appears in the post-credits scene. His character model is the same, and I also think that he's going to be Georgie's sidekick later. He's a bunny, just like Rory from Piggy the series. Not only that, but what is that? That is certainly not a bunny. And Richard's voice is the worst thing to come out of this series. Oh, make it stop! Okay. Yes, I ranted about this show. Most of the cons overshadowed the pros, and it's just overall mid. But why is it above Antflix, you say? Well, here are the reasons why. Number 1, it has no bizarre crap in it like Antflix does. And the more reasonable number 2, it has room for improvement. This is only episode 1. Antflix has no more room for improvement because it had the chance for it and didn't improve from episode 2. It just got worse and worse until it ended at book 2 chapter 3 with Zizzy's death. Whereas here, only 1 episode is out at the time of writing this. It still has plenty more chapters to go and improve the show overall. Piggy Animated Life is overall mid, but this show has the potential to become better the further it goes on. Now, let's head to number 6. Number 6. Piggy the Broken Chapter. Piggy the Broken Chapter, created by Lil Bun Films, started off a little rocky, but got better later on. The show so far consists of 5 episodes. This is a solid retelling of the story of Piggy with a few extra scenes added into the story. Okay, so we have the pros. The animation started off solid, and then through the course of the series it got quite good. What's better, you ask? The character designs. Dang, they look so unique compared to other models from other shows. They just have their own distinct style. The map designs are also just as good. Same reasoning as the models. Let's see, what else is peak? Oh, the titles! And the thumbnails! The voice acting is fine. The same person is voicing all the characters again. However, this time, the guy actually has emotion coming from his voice.
How do you think they barricaded the stairwell so fast? Not sure. What was that? Maybe the military's getting involved. Regardless, we should get out of the area.
Everything from episode 6 was picked! Then we have the cons. Most of them don't overshadow the pros this time. Starting with nitpicks. I don't really like that it immediately starts off with chapter 1. I honestly prefer a little prequel before it goes down. Lil Bun Films has to unlock the entire house in order to get out. Again, not really my cup of tea. This is the second show where Tio is set up too early. I really don't like that the player's name, Lil Bun Films, has the same name as the channel, Lil Bun Films. Episode 1 as a whole was quite rocky. It didn't really help that there were 4th wall breaks in the episode. Who the freak is David? And finally, Doggy does not exist! Overall, Piggy the Broken Chapter is a good series. It was rough from the start, but it got better over time, and I can't wait to see it evolve more as time moves forward. Moving on. Number 5 is the famous one that started it all, Piggy RP Film. Created by PGHL Films, this show has had a big impact on the Piggy community. If it weren't for this show, most of these shows on this list wouldn't exist. Why did that rhyme? Piggy RP Film started off as a simple comedy show with so many jokes plastered on with good animation. Then it evolved. The show got more and more serious over time, still having the good jokes, but a lot less of it. Now, let's get to the pros and cons, shall we? The voice acting is damn good. PGHL has great vocals. He shows emotion. He shows his jokes through his voice. He can scream. And I mean scream. The dialogue feels realistic coming from the characters. Like, everyone feels so in character.
I wanted to help you, Willow! It didn't seem right for me to arrest people who are struggling to survive. I wish there was a way to change that. But we're not Congresses. We can't change laws. So we have no choice. And besides, you're not the only one who lost everything, Willow. There's right now a kid on board with us who lost his entire family from the infection. You took Sizzy away from us like it was nothing. I didn't know, okay?
The show knows when to take itself seriously. There are countless serious moments in the later episodes, and even if those didn't feel needed, they fit right in. The writing is just peak in the later episodes. There's a little side plot with Willow and Georgie trying to get along with each other, and I think it's well done. It gives Georgie something to do in Book 2. Tio is the worst villain in the official Piggy game. However, he's handled brilliantly here. He's manipulative in better ways, he has more of a personality, and even though the 16-bit sounding voice isn't my cup of tea, it fits him perfectly here. The animation is the peak of it all. Holy damn! It's so good! Almost nothing can beat it! The lighting, the character movements, everything! And finally...
Rule number 1.
Don't ask questions!
Now, despite how much I praise the show, it still has its cons. For the first 5 or so episodes, it gets a little too meta with too many fourth wall breaks to the point where you sometimes can't take a scene seriously. Georgie is the solution to mostly everything here with his teleport trap. Teleporting other people around. Georgie. Making Willow pillow Willow. Georgie. Knocking out the guards. Georgie. Getting the lighthouse working. Georgie. You know what I'm saying? Now for the things that bring this show down from what could have been 3rd place. Some jokes are questionable. This is a general audience channel, which is why I will not explain why on that and the show being cancelled midway through. Man. Overall, Piggy RP Films is really good. Great, in fact. All thanks to this, it has inspired other creators to make their own shows. Without this show existing, there'd be a hole in the Piggy community. If only PGHL wasn't a creep, this show could have been better. Maybe even the best. But unfortunately, it isn't for that reason. Moving on to number 5. Number 4 is Piggy the Series. Created by someone I've mentioned before, Georgia's MG, it's
really good.
So far, it only has 2 episodes, and both are
really good.
This show is again a retelling of the story of Piggy but with some
really good
elements added. So, let's take a look at the pros and cons of this
really good
show. The intro credits to episode 1 are
really good.
The animation is good, so are the character designs, so is the voice acting. Holy being more relevant to the plot is a cool concept. The Georgie B plot is
really good
as well, a whole heck of a lot better than Antflix. Rory is a
really good
sidekick character. He's likable. Wait a second. Georgie, main character, blue. Rory, sidekick, green. Wait. Thomas and Perfect? The TSPC plot is also good. I like that they used the main theme of Intercity as well as recruiting members. The glitch jump scares weren't really needed, but since they were inserted, they were needed for the whole time. Finally! Something to explain the acid. The action scenes are peak, especially the fight scene at the station. I love the credits. Not only does it have epic music, but it shows a little teaser of the next episode. I really love that. The 3 main player characters, Georgios, Dylan, and Anthony, are great. They really go off one another. The relationships feel real to me. I already mentioned the 3 main characters, but there's also Georgie and Penny. They really do feel like siblings going off this one scene here. This is so relatable. Georgie's panic attack when Mother is possibly killed off is amazing! That gave me chills, man! And the setup on Georgie's character arc is
really good.
Now, most of the cons are either just small or nitpicks. While I do like Georgios, Dylan, and Anthony, I'm not really a big fan that there are 3 main player characters. I feel like it's a little too much. This is the second show where the player character, plus Polly this time, has to unlock the entire house in order to get out. The first few seconds of the TV in episode 1 shows the recording of the animation being started. Mother is possibly killed off. And Penny is killed off. Man, I liked her. And the worst thing, some infected can talk. Come on now! So overall, despite these cons, Piggy the series is really good. I honestly don't really have anything else to say about it. Its 2 episodes are really good, and I can't wait for episode 3. Piggy the series is really good. Moving on to the top 3 on this list. Number 3, Piggy Adventures. Piggy Adventures, created by Quinterell Jenkins Animations, is awesome. Simply awesome. Well, not from the start, but we'll get to that. This is the first show on the list that starts at book 2 and skips book 1. I like the concept. This is also the only show on this list that doesn't include voice acting. Anyways, pros. The character designs are good. I just find it funny that Tiger lets Quinterell and Pony into the refinery with no problem at all. I also like how chill Kitty and Quinterell are together before Kitty realizes what she was supposed to do in episode 3. The animation is great. The winter holiday episode is great. Probably one of the best in this show. It's well animated, the plot is great, Tiger dying for a minute or two with Quinterell unleashing his powers, the snowball fight, Pony and Zizzy kiss, and it's a lot less boring than the actual chapter. The special powers plot with the witch in chapter 5 is a cool add-on. I don't usually like the concept of incorporating powers into a piece of media that doesn't need them. I'm looking at you, Antflix. But I think it's done well here. The B-plot with Z and Zuzi in the sewers in chapter 4 is great. It shows us what Z and Zuzi could have possibly been doing in there. It also reveals that in Quinterell's AU, Z can talk, but is forced not to by the Insolence for unknown reasons at the moment. The TSP B-plot in chapter 5 is peak. It shows us what could have happened with TSP before chapter 6. Willow calls Pandy into her office to ask her about what they should do with the quote-unquote brats in the cell. Then Pandy tells Willow that she wants to let them go, leaving Willow shocked. Pandy then goes on about what's gotten into Willow lately, and tells her to straighten herself out, but then... thankfully she doesn't shoot her. The news is told to Tigery, and this is when he is just done. Perfect B-plot. But do you know what else is perfect? The Chapter 6 revamp! The new animation? The newly added voice acting?
You think you're some sweet old officer who helps people? Here, look at you. I see the real you.
The new character designs? The peak writing? Everything! I cannot wait for it to come out! Despite the praise I gave this show, it still has its cons. Remember when I said it wasn't awesome from the start? Well, here's why. Sometimes there isn't proper spelling or punctuations or English in the subtitles. There are SpongeBob time cards that ruin moments, crappy credits, there are unnecessary random text in the crappy CapCut font. Like, seriously, why are those there? And the worst, the oldest intro. It's awful. It has the crappiest low-quality animation, horrible texts, naming off the cast, and for some reason, Nine of the Wind from Sonic and the Black Knight is playing. Dude, that song doesn't have anything to do with a zombie apocalypse. I mean, Black Knight is awesome, but come on now! Hi guys, editing me here. So, apparently, the old intro was actually a part of an older, more dated version of Piggy Adventures. And the show that I'm reviewing are the remastered episodes. So, yeah, my mistake. Overall, Piggy Adventures is awesome. It does some cool stuff other Piggy shows don't do, and I love that. It makes it stand out more than it already did. It was rough from the start, but it improved significantly. And again, I can't wait for Chapter 6 revamp to come out sometime in the future. Now, moving on to number 2. Number 2, Piggy Series Life. Created by Nathan_Hickman. This is outstanding. This show not only starts at book 2 for season 1, but it does its own brilliant thing after in season 2. Season 2 takes place 5 years after book 2, and oh my goodness! It's a cinematic masterpiece! But let me save the compliments for the pros, which are coming up right now. The book 2 designs are simply good. I like that Pony still has remnants of his old book 1 design with his yellow shirt.
Okay, I have another plan, but it's weirder than the last plan before, so follow my lead. With me?
Okay, that was funny. The voice acting in Season 2 is good. Mr. Stitchy is relevant to Distraction. I like that. The Season 2 designs are peak. Our heroes have really changed, am I right? All the fight scenes are absolutely epic. I love them and I thank the animators. Honestly, I think this is the best animation to ever come out of a Piggy show. Everything feels very dynamic. The character movements, the characters themselves, the environment, and the world of Piggy as a whole. It looks so amazing. The characters' Christmas clothes look really good on them. There are some unique animal designs that weren't in Piggy before. There are now bees, cows, red pandas, groundhogs, turtles, heck, even hedgehogs. I really love the side stories in Season 2 such as Festivity, not really focusing on the main plot, Doggy retiring in Prologue, Zizzy and Pony getting married in Union, and Opposition where we first meet Richard. Richard is just a peak comic relief character. He's so likable. His jokes don't come off as corny or anything. Billy is just peak here. I love him. They made an almost nothing character into one of the best villains to ever exist in the Piggy community. Everything comes together so well with him. Piggy Series Live Season 2 is so peak, it made it onto IMDb. This show is perfect. Well, actually, no it isn't. The only thing that's holding it back from being first place is the entirety of Season 1. Holy whiplash. It's not good. It doesn't do unique things with the writing until episode 10. It's mostly just a plain retelling of book 2. The voice acting sucks as well. Nathan voices all of the characters, and it gets annoying after a while, just like Antflix doing the voices. The animation isn't all that good either. There are stolen RP film jokes, and I don't think the C-plot with Zizzy and Mr. Stitchy is put together well. They barely get any screen time. Now overall, Piggy Series Life is almost perfect. Season 1 was a very rough start for the series, but it immediately improved when Season 2 became a thing. Season 2 is the perfect bit of Piggy Series Life. Everything about it is firing on all cylinders. Writing, animation, characters, everything. It's just all of Season 1 holding Piggy Series Life back from being first place on the list. The finale of the perfect thing that is Season 2 is in the works right now, and it looks like the peakest piece of Piggy media is finally going to exist. I seriously cannot wait for it to come out soon. Now, we've reached the top of the list. The question is, who is in first? What show is the best that beats them all? Number 1, the best Piggy show to exist is Whispers of the Insolence. Created by two people, Charlie and Kelly / the channel Insolence Films. This is it, folks. This is the best Piggy show by far. In the show so far, there's only one episode. Everything in the story is perfect. Obviously, Whispers of the Insolence is a retelling of the story of Piggy, but amazing. Let's get to the many pros. The animation is fine. It's not really the strong suit of this episode, but hey, it's only episode 1. The show is known to do some different things, such as finally different clothes existing on the characters. We don't always have to see Georgie in his blue jacket all the time. Like, pajamas exist here. I love the minor details all through this episode. The license plates on the cars, phones existing, what the Piggy family is. I really love Mr. and Mrs. P's designs. They're technically old people in the game, so yeah. The credits sequence is a peak credit sequence. The post-credits scene. God damn. The voice acting is absolutely great. Georgie sounds like a 12-year-old, his depicted age in the show. Mother and father sound like parents. Penny's voice is good. And Zuzi. I have found the definitive voice for her. Coral, no other voice for Zuzi can beat yours. It completely shows all of her character traits.
How are you? Oh no! Is Penny sick? Aww. hope they don't die. Yeah, us too! Our big sister's counting on us. Even if she's a mindless zombie, we're not gonna let some cute robot stop us now!
Z here isn't mute. Instead, she's shy and doesn't say much. However, I think she's hiding something. Look at the banner. This is better than boring mute Z. Where was this iteration the whole time? Another unique thing this show does is having the main player characters be female. I love Claire and Sandra's characters. I don't think any other Piggy show does this. Finally! Georgie is portrayed totally right. Now let me explain this one. As Kelly was going through Piggy shows to see what really has or hasn't been done, she noticed that Georgie acts too mature for his age in those shows. Now that I think about that, I actually agree now. Literally every other show on this list portrays Georgie as a quote-unquote 30-year-old in a 12-year-old body. Here, he actually acts like a child. He's rebellious, and after one bad day, not skipping school, soggy lunch, misbehaving in class, his parents not picking him up, Penelope, mother, crashing out on him for not being a good son and calling him a waste, and the final straw, Penny, he runs away. I love that. And the best thing here is that the characters feel real. The relationships feel real. Mother and father feel like actual parents arguing about their kids and other things that are important to them. Claire and Sandra feel like actual best friends. And Georgie and Penny feel like actual siblings not getting along but still care for each other. Absolutely perfect. Is the show itself perfect? Nah, it isn't. Nothing is perfect, really. The crappy CapCut font is used for the introduction. Penny's voice for some reason changes midway through the episode and then changes back to her original voice.
I mean, yeah, if it'll make you stop arguing, it gets really annoying, and it's 6:47 a.m.
It's just a stupid hat. I promise, you'll be fine.
Yes, Mom. I looked all over for him and he isn't here. I've even checked his favorite hiding spots. Nothing.
This is the third show where the main characters have to unlock the house to escape. However, what's different here is that only the front door is locked, so that's better. And the climax, editing-wise, feels very rushed. Overall, despite the few cons Whispers of the Insolence has, I still consider it to be the best Piggy show so far. It has great writing, unique stuff to differentiate it from the others, and it has the potential to become even better than it already is. Yes, I may nitpick, I may complain, I may rant, but at the end of the day, they're just Piggy shows. They all try to do different things from each other. They all try to be coherent. They all try to make the story better than it already is. They all try to expand their characters. They all try to be masterpieces. They all have their own feats and weaknesses to make them good or bad. And that's the end of the ranking video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Most of these shows here are peak, and here's to hoping more future episodes of these shows will improve them more. And here's to also hoping that more iconic and peak Piggy shows will be coming out later in the future. Goodbye, everyone. And as for me, Sonic.
You shall live out the rest of time trapped inside your lamp as you were in days of old!
I know you're there. Please stop him. We can start over. The two of us. I swear it. The world is mine. I cannot be denied by that filthy rat. Why?
I told you, I'm not a rat. I'm a hedgehog.